Hey team, Coach Laura here. Thanks so much guys for tuning in to our Monday night team training. I'll be hosting tonight and I am off at the beach with my family. So I figured I would pre-record so you guys I could get out this information to you. This is something that I've been working on for a while now, just kind of mentally getting in that mental mindset. And so I wanted to share with you guys some things that have been working for me, so hopefully to get you through this process faster. So tonight I'm going to be talking about having long-term freedom in your business, and I have my notes here, so I'm probably going to keep looking down. But so having long-term freedom in your business and why it is important to bring on coaches each month versus just bringing on challengers. So that was actually a really big struggle of mine in the beginning, guys. Like I used to only bring on challengers because that was such a much more clear vision for me. It was easier. I actually went to school for personal training and was waitressing at the time when I became a coach. And so I knew that, helping other people with their health and fitness, I could see myself doing that. But when it came to, helping people with their business and time management and, that sort of thing, that was really hard to picture, to even visualize. And so that's what I want to help you guys with. So you can start, building up your team, and that way you can fire your boss and start, helping your coaches along to hit your goals and to, give you that lifestyle that you're wanting to live. So, so number one, if you guys don't have your pen and paper, make sure you have that in front of you. You can pause me right now, whatever you got to do. So number one, I want you to ask yourself, why is it important to pay forward coaching or pay coaching forward? Why is that important? So why did you say yes to coaching? So so go ahead and just write that down. Why is coaching important to you? And so for me, when I first joined as a coach, I knew I wanted time freedom. That was a huge reason. Like I said, I was waitressing at the time. Before that, I had been a barista for 4 years, and I was just burnt out. I did not want to be called in on the weekends. I was sick of working on the weekends. Actually, I went directly out of high school into working. I didn't go to college or anything. And so I had been working for over 4 years, and it was just missing family holidays all the time, not being there. And so, that really, it was depressing. It was sad because, through the rest of my life, I had been there for those events and I wasn't anymore. And so that, just kept draining on me, and it got worse and worse year after year once you miss Easter and Christmas Eve and all those traditions. So it builds up after a while. So that was a huge reason why I became a coach. Another reason was, going all in with this business was just having the support of the team, the positivity, and just having such amazing leaders, really kept me going. So, that was another huge motivator for me. And then being able to just keep my health on the front burner. I felt like when I was waitressing, that was the last thing that was on my mind was, what am I going to have for lunch today when I was serving other people? There just was no time, it felt like. So being able to have Shakeology and drink it on the go, and being able to have the meal plans and the fitness, all those things tied into my why. So so it's really important for you guys to answer that question. It doesn't have to be as long as mine. Our whys grow and change and evolve as we, the longer we're coaches. So if, just have a few things and then, just write them down, and then it'll usually progress from there. But, so when you're talking to people, that's where you're going to be paying forward is, your why, basically, because who you are, you're going to attract into your business. So sharing that on social media, sharing, like I just said at the beginning of this call, I'm at the beach with my family. I had planned this out ahead of time, so I, got things done ahead of time. Who's able to do that with a boss on a whim? Usually you have to, call in or fake sick. Some people might do. I'm pretty sure I did that when I was a barista, which is terrible. I learned the hard way not to do that. And then, that sort of thing. So you want to really make sure that you're sharing that sort of stuff. So then when you're personal messaging and talking to them one-on-one, that carries over into your conversations, and that's who you're attracting into your team. So number 2, I want to talk about, so what do you want your life to look like? Like, what is it now? And, how do you want it to look in the next month, 6 months, year, 2 years, 5 years? So once you guys, this is really digging deep into your beliefs and who you want to be. And this is so important for your long-term success, because once you see those long-term goals, it's like when you're talking to your challengers and you don't just want, like, oh, I want to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds or this, like, that's awesome. But what's going to keep you here after you hit that goal? Is it because your family has a history of diabetes and depression, which mine does, and you don't want that for yourself, so you're going to work tirelessly day in and day out and eat your best. You're going to drink your superfoods. I'm looking at my empty Shakeology thing right now. I have it here. What's going to keep you showing up to your goals every single day? And that's what you need to dive deep into your own beliefs and why you're here as a coach. So so for example, you can ask yourself, like, what are your hobbies? What are things that you don't have time for now that you want time for in the future? Maybe it's more time camping with your family, or going on vacations. Maybe you don't have vacation time. Gardening, maybe you don't have time for that in the summer, that sort of thing. That to me is relaxing, and then what do you like to do for fun? What do you want to do on the weekends, or randomly during the weekday? These things, being able to vision, your day and maybe your winter, or your, what you're going to do month after month, that sort of thing, it's really going to help you narrow in on your own goals. And so then you can start knocking them off of your checklist. And it's not just going to be about rank advancements. It's not going to just be about how much income you're bringing in, which that is super important. This is a Zig Ziglar quote, and it's like, I'm trying to think of how it goes, but he says, like, money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. Like, it's not as important as everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. And I think it's so often we can think like money's the worst thing in the world, or that was a really bad mindset that I had in going this business. But you guys have to remember, and I'm getting a little off topic here, to just make sure that like you do have that income coming in, because you're going to have, so that way you can create that lifestyle that you want, that freedom, and you can pay your bills, and then you can help others do the same thing. So getting clear on just like what that lifestyle that you really want, like being able to pay off a grocery bill with with no money, like with no problem, sorry. And so continuing from there. And okay, so just kind of going back, sorry guys, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry. Yeah, so then pay that forward to others. So basically so this is why it's important to, instead of, just bringing on challengers, you're offering them the full picture. And I think that's, so remember why you got into this business. What do you want to get out of this business, day after day, week after week, month after month, so you can progress on those goals, and then they can get bigger as you go. I think so often, maybe you have huge goals, like maybe you want to be a 6-figure earner, or you want to be a top coach, that sort of thing. But, maybe, like that's like, kind of like the end goal. So make sure you're breaking it down to those, kind of monthly goals, to where you can check them off each time. And that's going to bring more happiness into your life too, because it's kind of stressful thinking about the big picture all the time. So that's why, okay, so basically to sum up, bringing on coaches versus challengers. When you bringing on your challengers, basically what we're offering them is, so the support within our monthly boot camps, or maybe you host your own challenge groups, that sort of thing, offering them the meal plans, nutrition, Shakeology, and fitness. With coaching, we're offering people all of that, plus the freedom to, truly be your own boss, to have your own life by design. But it's up to you guys to paint that picture in your own mind, in your own heart, and know, okay, you know, this is what I want for my life. Share that with people, and then you can pay that forward to them. Then you can help them create their own life for, you know, for themselves. So that's exactly what we're doing with coaching. And I think, you know, and kind of going back to what I first said, that was something that hung me up for so long, was just, you know, not being able to visualize that life that I wanted for myself. I think so often we can hear, you know, other people's visions of our life for us, or, you know, you look at somebody and you think, oh, I want that, but maybe deep down you don't really need that or want that, you know. So really just get real with yourself and ask yourself questions, you know, just write them down each day, and, you know, have your beliefs, you know, like you know, stay true to who you are, and then you can find that clarity as you go. So thanks so much, guys. I hope that helps you when it comes to creating that long-term success within your business. Once you paint that picture for yourself, you're going to be able to help others and, you know, help them create their own life that they're wanting, and then you're going to be able to continue building your team from there. So thanks so much, guys. Hope you have an awesome night.